Hey loves, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Tyla and today is episode 16 of our journal session series. This is an interactive series where we journal together and I offer you time and space to write out your answers as well as share mine. So let's get right into it. So question number 1, what inspires you to approach life in a positive way? So for this question, it's really important to think about the things that help you to think more positive and that help you to switch the transition of your thoughts, especially throughout the day and just throughout your week when certain things pop up or when you're just going through certain things. So for me personally, when I feel like I'm slipping into a negative mindset or I'm just not feeling as uplifted, I think about things that inspire me and that help me to stay motivated on my journey, especially the things that have made me start my journey in the first place, that's made me want to become a better version of myself. I start thinking back on those things so that I can get that source of inspiration again. Because when it comes to motivation and inspiration, in all honesty, it comes and it goes. We're not always inspired or motivated. So it's important to have certain things that you can think of that are going to help put you back in that motivation. I noticed as well a big difference in my life and the things that happen for me when I'm in a positive mindset as opposed to when I'm in a negative mindset and I'm filled with worry, doubt, insecurity. Whenever I'm in that type of mood, I notice that things kind of don't really work out as well for me. I get really anxious. I start overthinking. I start having negative thoughts and then things just don't work out. Everything seems like it tends to just fall all apart at once. But when I do stick to having that positive mindset, which can be difficult because we're not always going to be positive, but pushing yourself in those moments when you need it the most are really going to help you to build that momentum of positivity and abundance. So the answer that I wrote is that my purpose and goals inspire me to approach life in a positive way because it helps give me that push that I need to become the best version of myself and want the best for myself. So question number 2 is what puts you in a good mood? It's really important to have either hobbies or just things that you love to do, people that you like to hang out with, just something that helps to take your mind off of certain things that are going on in your life and just helps to put you at ease. I have a couple of different things that I do that whenever I know that I'm in a bad mood or I just need a little pick-me-up, I have those things that I can do that's going to help me to just feel 10 times better. And I make sure that all of those things are healthy things because when you are feeling down, a lot of the times we tend to turn to things that are a little bit more unhealthy. For example, fatty foods, junk food, smoking, drinking, sex. A lot of the time, most people, they cope with the things that they go through in these ways. And although these things are very pleasing and very pleasurable, it is an unhealthier way of coping with the things that you're going through and do cause problems further down the line. So for me personally, I love going outside. I like to get into new things as well. I do have my set things like yoga, meditation, journaling, going to the beach, going to the park. Those are like my go-tos, but because of the fact that I like to try new things, it keeps me really open and it also brings that excitement and joy to my life. I feel like when you get really stagnant in life and you're just doing the same things constantly, you kind of feel complacent, you feel bored. It makes you kind of want to go into those bad habits. So switch things up a little bit. I found that helps me a lot. And if you are a person that doesn't usually go out much or likes to try new things, I highly recommend it. And it doesn't even have to be necessarily anything that's completely out of your comfort zone, but just something that you feel like you might have an interest in because you really never know, and that can become your new favorite thing. So the answer that I wrote is the beach and being out in nature puts me in a good mood, as well as music, great food, and my favorite sources of entertainment. Okay, so question number 3 is what positive change would you like to make right now? When you find that you're in a bad mood or when you're feeling down or just stuck or lost, sometimes it's really hard to see the future and to see all of the things that you can accomplish. I know it's really hard sometimes, especially with me when I was depressed. It was really hard for me to just see the light and to really envision what I wanted and to know that it was actually going to happen. But you can change your reality within an instant and it doesn't take much at all. And I feel like sometimes we forget that. We literally are in control of our reality and what we want to create and the type of life that we want to experience. Regardless of what society tries to tell us, we are very powerful. And I just want you guys to know that, because there's been times when I was stuck, when I was low, lost, had nothing, and I literally changed my reality within a couple weeks, not even sometimes. All it really just takes is for you to get clear about what it is that you want and to take those first steps to start thinking positive and implementing positive things into your daily routines. That changed my life so much. And now I understand that to the point where when I do feel like I've gotten off track or when I feel like I'm just feeling low, I instantly shift my thoughts, which instantly shifts my reality. Things start changing. I start getting opportunities. Things start going up for me. And that's really just the power of your mind. I see it so often where people are really unhappy with their life and their circumstances, and they just don't do anything at all about it. And I know that it's really easy to fall into that comfortability, and that creates cognitive dissonance. I actually created a talk with Ty video on this topic with cognitive dissonance. When you know that you want something, you know that you want more, you know you need to change something or stop doing something, but your actions aren't aligning. This also really creates anxiety, depression, and just lower vibrational moods and energies. So it's really important to analyze what it is in your life that you're not satisfied with and actually create a plan, actually take the steps and the actions to change that thing. That's why I figured that this question was so important, because you owe it to yourself to give yourself the life that you want and to make those positive changes so that you can experience happiness and peace. The answer that I wrote is the positive change that I would like to make right now is being more consistent in other areas of my life that I haven't been focusing on as much. So question number 4, what's on your mind right now? Purge all of your thoughts. So if you're new to journaling or you don't already do this, I basically call it like a mental purge. It's where you just jot everything that comes to your mind down on paper. The best time to do this, and I highly recommend this, is early in the morning, right when you wake up. Keep a pen or a journal and paper next to your bed. I usually keep mine in the bed, and then when I wake up, I just write everything that comes to my mind. This helps me to start my day with a clear, focused, balanced mindset. And it also just serves as a way to vent, especially if you're somebody that likes to bottle things up or you don't like to talk about what you go through. And I completely understand that, because I really personally don't talk to people about what I go through, which is why I got into journaling, and it helps me so much. So just write out everything that you're feeling, especially when you're angry, when you're upset, or when you feel like you haven't gotten closure from a situation, or if you feel like you're just confused. It doesn't matter what your emotions are. I swear it helps so much. And that's why I wanted to add this question in here, because 9 times out of 10, we have so many thoughts throughout the day. And I know that there's certain things that may be on your mind right now. And it doesn't have to necessarily be anything bad either. So for me, the answer that I wrote is right now, I'm thinking about the next goals I'm going to set and what I can do to elevate the quality of each area of my life. Question number 5, the most calm and relaxed I've ever felt was when... Now, this question is definitely not to trigger you into dwelling over the past or certain areas of your life that you wish that you can go back to, and to start making you think negatively about where you might be at now. This question is no way, shape, or form any way to make you feel like that. It's really just to show that regardless of what time period that was or what was going on in your life during that time, that you can always recreate that peace. And even if it doesn't involve the same people or the same place, the same area, or whatever it was that brought you that peace, you can always cultivate that again. So I wanted to ask this question so that you can kind of think and ponder on what makes you the most happiest. What times were you at your best, that you felt the most at peace, the most relaxed? For me, the answer that I wrote is the times that I feel most calm and relaxed are when I'm on top of my tasks and my schedules, as well as when I focus on the positive things going on in my life and the things that I'm grateful for, as opposed to the things that are negative. Question number 6, what are 3 things that are good in your life? Remember that when you put your intention into something, whatever you focus on grows. So this question is really just to practice a bit of gratitude. So for me, the answer that I wrote is the 3 good things in my life are my mindset, connections, and hobbies. So question number 7, something that I want to incorporate into my life more often is... This question actually helped me when it came to stepping into the version of myself that I wanted to become, because when it comes to thinking about certain things that you want to add or that person that you want to embody, you have to think about their habits and the things that they do on a daily. So for me personally, when it comes to this question, I look at it kind of from that perspective of the things that I want to incorporate into my life more often. I think about the things that my higher self would do or would be interested in. This also goes for things that you feel will bring you more joy into your life that you can start incorporating into your daily routine. So for me, the answer that I wrote is a change that I want to make in my life currently is within my daily schedule. And the last question is, I feel purposeful when I... I really like this question because it helps you to start thinking about what it is that makes you feel purposeful, that makes you feel important, and that helps you to know that you matter, especially when you feel lost. Figuring out what makes you feel purposeful helps to give your life more meaning, which in turn just makes you so much happier. It makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you confident, and it just brings a lot of peace. So for me, the answer that I wrote is, I feel purposeful when I go after the things that mean the most to me. So that is it for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed journaling with me because I really enjoyed these prompts. They were very insightful and I had so much fun. And if you did enjoy, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I do these videos every Friday or sometimes Saturday. And I would love to see you guys in my next session. So peace out and I will see you guys later. If you become yourself, not be head of sleep. But my people then go say I know one die.